Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Frost in Austin. And yeah, I am super excited to get out on the water today. I am waiting on a new friend who actually emailed me because if you guys know, I love to take people fishing. That's what I do, from all walks of life, all backgrounds, all different stories. But he had reached out to me and sent me an email, and I thought his story was something really, really powerful. But we are meeting at a lake in upstate South Carolina today, and we are gonna go fishing and have a good time, fellowship, and it's gonna be awesome. But they're calling for some weather, which I don't really know what to expect, but I did bring, that's right, an umbrella that if I have to, I will tape it to the camera pole to keep water off the camera so we can keep on fishing. And of course, you guys know I got my GiLL bibs. Link down in the description too to the GiLL bibs, 20% off on these when you use the code OUTDOOR20. I will put that code down in the description. But heck yeah, guys, I am excited about it. We are going to hopefully catch some fish. It's supposed to be, like I said, kind of overcast, dreary, rainy all day, and cold, which I actually think helps the bite be really, really good, or keep that bite rolling. So anyways, I am going to finish getting stuff together on the boat, and then I'm going to launch. We are going to make it happen. Let's go. Well, just a few minutes after I said I might have to hook up the umbrella to the pole, check out that contraption right there. Hey, that's what it takes right there. You guys want that crispy secondary angle. Got the umbrella on her and some tape. That's right, we're making it happen, whatever you got to do. But yeah, I actually think it's supposed to rain pretty hard. And here's the cool thing, I think I should be able to just like close the camera up in there. Kinda, I don't know, it kind of worked. Anyways, stick with us. Might be wet today. Either way, we're gonna have a good time. All right, y'all, well, I have the umbrella above the camera. It's a little drizzly, but it's definitely raining. It's supposed to rain for the next couple hours, just kind of drizzly. It said a 1/4 inch of rain. Usually when they say 90% chance of rain with a 1/4 inch, I know it's probably just gonna kind of be a light drizzle for most of the day. For all of you outdoorsmen that maybe, I wouldn't say are less hardcore, just like you see the rain, you're like, oh, it's gonna rain. Anytime it says 1/4 inch, that pretty much means it's gonna mist. But now it might pour at any point in time, but like I said, got the umbrella. But here's the deal. If you guys are serious about fishing, being in the outdoors, you guys need to have quality rain gear. I wear GiLL, I love GiLL. The reason I like GiLL is because most rain suits, their zipper on the bibs and the jacket are both in the front, which is the point of weakness. Well, what's really cool about GiLL is their bibs have the zipper on the side like this, right? You can hardly see it. It's also covered and velcroed. And then of course the jacket has the zipper in the front because that's where most humans' arms are. But the point of weakness is on the side and then here. So when I say you can stay 100% dry, you literally stay 100% dry. I have done everything but fall in the lake, but I promise you, if I fell into the lake, just because they've got the cuffs that are tight around the wrist, and I can tighten them even more, honestly. But I'm telling you, you can freaking get these bibs and stay absolutely bone dry. I love them. Like I said, links down in the description. And yeah, these things are sweet. They're pricey, but let me tell you something. As much as I'm on the water and as passionate as I know a bunch of the viewers are about being out in God's creation and the great outdoors, it's nice having quality equipment that keeps me dry, keeps me out of the elements, and keeps me fishing and on the water. So anyways, yeah, check out the GiLL bibs. I'm just gonna kind of mosey around out here and wait for Jeremy to get here. Oh, oh my gosh, I just broke off. What in the world? How did I just break off? What just broke off? my leader. Well, that's not how I wanted to start. Dang it. Oh, it said it's like it might rain a little bit harder around now. Like it said 8 to 8:30, but then it said really low chance of rain the rest of the time. I can't believe I've never thought of it before. Usually I'm like, well, it's raining, I can't do anything. But got the old umbrella on the camera. That's pretty spiffy. You're like, they've been schooling. And then they've just been kind of hunting in the water column, but swimming left. But they're at 40. There's my bait just hit. And this team kind of cancer to it. See how I just turned up to it just a little bit. So you can't get it here. Oh, you see that? Sorry. Golly. Did you see that? That was a big spotted bass. So when they canter to it, you want to pull it away from like you're fleeing. Because it's like, there's like this sense that a bait fish has. Like a 3.5 pounder.
The other one was coming up to it too.
Yeah. So, and that's the other thing, when they're grouped up in schools like 3 or 4 like that and they come hard, it's a competitive feeding response. So a lot of times one takes off after it and it's like, they're like, oh, we're all gonna get it, you know? Yeah. So a lot of times if you miss one and you don't set the hook and it comes back at you, you can keep it out there and catch them still. Maybe I'll catch one today though. I broke off on one and that was a good one. They're 70 foot, so if you think, draw a line, right in line with that booger. And usually when they're on the bottom like that, they like to eat. They will fly off the bottom. Cheating. I'm like, brother, I wish it was cheating. That was showing pretty good taste too. Oh, he hit it. You see that freak? There you go. Not a big spot, probably a, I don't know, 1.75 pounds, maybe not even that, 1.5 pounds. But Jeremy and I are seeing a lot of fish swimming. There's not a lot of bait, which gives me a lot of confidence that when they see bait, they're going to chase. The problem is though, they're finicky. I don't know if they're just pressured or what the deal is. But I have broke off on a nice one. I have, when we first pulled up, I had a really nice one, like I think a 3-pluser come off, and then that was the first fish. But you know, we're just out here grinding. I think it should actually get better the further back we go, and then there'll be a spot where it kind of just gets dead. So, but we're kind of in that bite zone now, so we're gonna keep on casting, see if we can make it happen. Oh, I got him. Dude, he can follow it forever. I just kept slow reeling it. Finally. Little one. Number 2 casts later. Not the size we want, but hey, we ain't picky. God, he had it choked in his goozle. Thought he got himself a little blueback herring. Psych, joke's on you, fool. Here he comes, reel it. You're gonna eat it. You got him? Yeah. Little one. Dude, there must have been a little one to beat him to it. Because that was a giant that was chasing it.
I changed that little moon too, though.
Oh, you went to it 2.7?
Yeah, that was my first one.
Show the people that trophy. Show the... Hold it really close to the Biggin! Hey, we broke the ice. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've been... Oh snap, I missed him. Yeah. Nice. Perfect. Go! Let's go! Tom Brady alert.
That's a little bit better.
Probably got a big old dang largemouth that was below him. Spot. Dude, that was a sick cast. I casted left and you landed right on him. Cutie. Like 10 times bigger than your last one.
It's still not even a pound.
That's hilarious. There you go. Jeremy's just answered almost back-to-back casts. They came up schooling right there. And there you go. pretty cool. That's a big one. Yeah.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's better. There we go. That's a really nice spot. We'll put that one on the scale if I can land them. That's a nice one. Yeah. There we go, guys. That's a big spot. It ate the Aussie. 6th Sense Aussie. Dude, look at that fish.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Can you grab him or you got
No, I got him. We'll see. Dude, it's choked. Oh, how you doing, buddy? Oh man, that was a nice one. Could have used you the other day in the challenge, brother. Oh gosh, open your mouth. Got him. Oh, that's a dang tank right there, boys. Look at that fish, Jared.
5 pound or close to 5 pounds?
No, he's probably high 3s. Do you have one?
Got one on.
Oh, look how he got that Aussie, guys. Freaking down his goozle. Down the old his hatch. I mean, he's hooked. Right there he is, right in the meat. That's a big spot. Oh no! My scale's in the truck. All right, let's see how long. Oh, I don't even. Oh, I do have this. Let's see. All right, guys, that is a fat spot. He's 21 inches. That's a big spot. You got him. Doubled up. Here, we can add some weight to this one by shoving it in his mouth.
He could literally eat that fish.
He'd probably, look at that. Yeah, they eat big baits. That poor little one's like, it's not my time. I'm gonna put it back. It's 21 inches fat like that. I'm gonna say, what do you honestly think? 21 inches that fat? It's probably 4 and change. Awesome. Dude, that's a big one.
Last night before I, well, when we came back from dinner, and I got an 18-month-old, and I walk in the bathroom and she's standing there with the blow dryer plug in her mouth.
You're like, come on, girl, what are you doing?
The wing in the cabinet, got it.
They are mischievous little rascals. Another little one right there, guys, on the Aussie. Little spot. Oh, you bit? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Oh, sick. He kept tagging it. Not a bad one. Hey, 6-pound fish. Very large mouth. There we go. Coming down hard. My boy Jay Money. Little largemouth loving. Not a bad fish. Oh, wait a minute. That's on the Divine number, right? 2.7. All right, guys, so the next part of this video is a discussion that Jeremy and I had. It is an extremely vulnerable conversation. Jeremy opens up about years of drug addiction and how he got there, where he is now. I shared some encouraging words of how, I perceived it. And honestly, if you know me or have ever spent time in the boat with me, know me personally, you know that I am passionate about seeing people's lives transformed for the better. And I, as a Christian, do believe that's found not only with a personal relationship in Christ, but being in a fellowship of believers. And like I said, this is a very vulnerable conversation. I think it's powerful. If you or a loved one is dealing with addiction or walking through or have walked through a season like that, I pray that you would watch this video, find encouragement, and like I always say, email me, austinneary@yahoo.com, AustinNeary@yahoo.com. Let's go fishing. Would love to spend time on the boat with you, encourage you. But enjoy the next part of this video. Like I said, be sensitive to it. I asked him if it was okay to share this, and he said he wanted to, and I thought it could impact a lot of people. But anyways, guys, like I said, please share this, and if you are or have a loved one or someone you know struggling with addiction, please reach out. It reminded me like how faithful God is to provide, because dude, if I could sum up my life in one thing, it would be incredible men that love God pouring time into me. So I know the value of that, and you know, even as I would consider myself a strong Christian, I still know that I need other believers to encourage me and be around me, you know. Sure. So the fact that like I'm like, you know, God, I feel like God's been pushing us to move, and we bought land. I'm like, God, are you going to provide really good friends? And the first guy I meet is at this church is my neighbor, and he's super cool. He's got 4 kids that him and his wife homeschool him. I'm like, holy cow, this is incredible stuff.
How you were saying like who you surround yourself with is very important.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the main reasons that we want to move, and I need a job change.
Yeah.
For one thing, it's incredibly difficult to find help, especially in 2 ways.
Yeah.
The ones you do find, they're on some type of boat, you know what I mean? And you can't get away from it.
I know it.
And I can't do 2 work alone. And so I use whatever help I can find, and that's never a good time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, of course.
And so, you know, I told you a little bit about my past, you know, as far as the pills and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So even though I never want to go through that again, so I'm strong enough to not do that.
Yeah.
I still don't need any kind of drugs around me, you know what I mean? And I don't even around my kids or any of that. So with, you know, like fishing or guiding being a passion, like what I want to do.
Yeah.
We just feel like now, you know, it's time to make a move, because I'm not gaining any ground here. And I feel like, even though I'm not as strong with the Lord as I used to be when I was a teenager, I feel like He's giving me so many signs right now, trying to tell me to get out of this business. Like so many times.
Yeah. You have that deep inner feeling that's like the Spirit's telling you, hey, it's time for change.
And I'm extremely hard-headed.
Yeah.
And so He's making it very difficult for me to keep working. Like, and I know in the way that things are happening, but He's just putting obstacles in my way to where I'm starting to realize this isn't happening for no reason. You know what I mean? God's making it hard on me right now because He's wanting me to change direction somehow. But I don't know any other way than what I'm, you know what I mean? Work is what I know.
Yeah, so. and that's exactly it. And I think the Lord uses, obviously, you know, I always tell people, okay, because people say, I want to hear from the Lord. And I believe in the Bible. And I could go into a whole story of like why I believe in the Bible. It's historically accurate. But then I'm like, so I think God speaks through His Word, but God speaks through circumstances and God speaks through people, you know? And dude, there's multiple times in my life. I mean, so crazy enough when you shared your story. So I was playing baseball, I got hurt, surgeries, same kind of deal. I got on painkillers. And at one point I was like, oh, I don't need these painkillers, but I kept taking them. And when that prescription ran out, I remember there was like a decision I needed to make. I was like, am I about to pursue this, or like, am I actually healthy enough to get healthy and not actually, you know? And dude, I'm not kidding. My friend, he had shared the gospel with me and led me to Christ, and really walked through a season of me. Like I said, I wouldn't have considered myself addicted, but I don't think anybody considers themselves addicted to a substance until they're there. And I don't think anyone plans to be there. When you were a little boy, I doubt you just were like, hey, I'm planning to be, you know, addicted to pills one day, and like no one sees themselves there.
Another, like, my wife's father was a bad alcoholic. And we went through so much with him. Like, he lived with us, we tried to get him off of it, he would run back to it. And I always thought in my mind, you know, it's not addiction, it's a choice. You know what I'm saying? You're making that choice. I didn't really think that addiction was a thing.
No, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it until I was there. You know? And once you're there, it's too late.
Yeah.
Especially something like painkillers, it's one of the worst. Like, it's so hard to get off of. you can make up your mind that you don't want it, but your body, you know.
I remember I've like had to cut my sin out of me, and this is what I'm talking about being around like really strong believers of faith, because I was like, all right guys, like I need to tell you something, and I need help that like I can't, like you said, like I can't control it. Like it controls me, you know. I saw a picture one time, and it has this like mangy looking like rabid dog, and then it says, and it has this cute dog, and it says this is what our sin or addiction looks. We think it looks like this cute dog, like, oh, we have it under control, but it's actually this mangy thing that wants to destroy us. And Romans talks about how sin, when not put to death, it brings forth death in our life. And I don't know, I know enough people. I personally walked through like a season of that where I'm like, I want to be set free, but dude, I can see how when we don't confess sin and we don't try to fight it, and we just are bound by it, it actually can just lead to death. Like a physical death, a spiritual death. And for me, and it's obviously really vulnerable of both of us talking about this, but just like, I know men who have had pornography addictions, who then it bleeds out into other things, and then it bleeds into divorce, and then it bleeds into depressed children, it bleeds into suicide. And it's like, just because of sin, whatever addiction, whatever sin it is. And it's the same way with drugs, right? I mean, you walk that path, and I have so many friends that have walked that path, and it's that's why for me, like, I tell people the number one thing that I believe anybody can do, whether you believe the Bible or don't believe the Bible, go to a church and find men that deeply care about you. Just say, hey, I think a lot of people feel shame when they go to church. They're like, you ever felt like that? When I first went to church,
I feel most churches that I go to, I feel like judgment, I guess, is most things.
But so this is me personally saying this. I think that judgment we feel a lot of times is us projecting what we think others are thinking about us.
Exactly.
It's not actually what they think. It's what we think they think.
Yeah, for sure.
So first time when I walked into a church and I'm like, oh gosh, everyone's staring at me. They must know who I am or what I've done or whatever. And the reality is just like, I have reckoned my sin. Like, I have seen my guilt before a holy God. But what I was saying was, every time, even like I just said with the church in Kentucky, God is always faithful to put someone in my life that's like wants to love me and meet me where I am,
Yeah.
And obviously I think he wants that for everybody, I mean, cliche Bible verse, you think about John 3:16, where he just says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son, for whoever that would believe in him would have everlasting life. So it's like, God does love us, but in the same regard, we also have to take action of accountability,
Sure.
Yeah. Addiction's a serious thing. And like I said, I don't think anyone, when they're a 9-year-old kid playing hoops on the street or being an innocent kid or being a teenager, I don't think anyone ever sees themselves. Because you said you got hurt in a tree accident, right?
Yeah. So I, run and operate a tree company.
Yeah.
And I was up in the top. I was 85 feet up in a pine tree.
Yeah.
And the top had to come out of it and had to be lowered out because it was over top of the house.
Yeah.
And so when we cut the top, we got a pulley set up there with a rope, and when you cut the top out, the person on the ground, he has to let the rope out fast enough so that when the top comes down, it kind of races to the ground. He has to slowly stop it. If not, it'll snatch you all around.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of got scared when it came off, and so he just held it tight. When he held it tight, it flung me back and forth, and my lanyard came off the top of it. So, and I had a lifeline hooked to me, and it was cinched to the tree, but there's about 8 foot of slack there. So when my lanyard came off, then it flung me back around the tree a bunch of times as it's doing like this.
Oh my God.
So that's what it tore my upper and lower labrums completely off, rotator cuff, and then and something else.
Yeah, that was my deal with shoulder stuff.
Yep.
My goodness. And then you had surgery.
Yeah. Well, and they couldn't even have surgery on it right then. Like, I had to wait
Because of the swelling and
like
everything.
6 months or something before he could have surgery. And but he was like, but you know, while you're waiting here, take these pain pills. You know, and so I'm starting to take these pain pills and not realizing really what it's doing to me. You know.
Yeah.
And then have the surgery and all that, and then you know, about 6 months later, just when I'm starting to heal and should be coming off the pills, I heard it again in another, like, same scenario type thing, and the whole process. Oh, actually, my other shoulder, and start the whole process all over again.
What was it? Was it Oxycontin or?
It was Percocet to start with, and then after Percocet it was Roxy 30s, and he had me taking like 2 of those a day, so 90 milligrams a day, and then just carried on and kept on going. It seemed like 2.5 years, or probably about 2 years altogether with him writing prescriptions, and then all of a sudden one day he just...
Did he ever ask, hey, are you struggling with these?
Not one time. Not once. Worked for me. I was like, do you know anybody I could get some medicine from? And he was like, I could find out. And so, you know, he come back to me and was like, yeah, there's $10 a piece. I give him a $100 bill. A couple days later, I give him another $100 bill. Before long, I can remember at one time I was spending $4,500 a month on painkillers.
Oh my God.
And it's kind of crazy because in 2018, I was making somewhere around $350,000 a year. Had a brand new 2018 Chevrolet Duramax $100,000 truck. Had bucket trucks, skid steers, dump trucks, the whole 9 yards. Thought I was on top of the world. Bass boat with, you know, brand new motor on it, brand new electronics, pro motor, the whole 9 yards, fishing tournaments, and all that stuff. I was being fueled by the pills, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, we ended up making about a 10-minute run back to the boat ramp, Jeremy and I. It was flipping cold. We are I'll say this, I'm not soaked, got on the ghillies, but he had on a water resistant jacket, not waterproof, and it ended up soaking in, got you cold. Did you have a good day?
Had a good day. Right there till the end when it got cold.
Golly, I'm telling y'all, we had an absolute blast. We caught some fish first thing in that same ditch I was in the other day where I won that little challenge tournament, if you watched that. But yeah, we had some awesome conversation and just talked about life. The older I get, the more I realize life ain't easy. Actually, just found out that one of my good friend's wives passed away just a couple weeks ago this morning. And life just happens. It's not a matter of if something's gonna happen, it's just a matter of when. And that's why my faith is in Jesus. But man, I had a blast with Jer. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna trek all the way back up to the mountains, make it happen, hopefully get on the water tomorrow.
I'm heading back down south.
Yeah, where it's a little warmer. Give the people some wisdom, Jer.
Stay out in the cold.
Stay out in the cold. That's a pretty good piece of advice. But anyways, guys, appreciate y'all a ton for watching. And yeah, till next time, we'll see ya.